All right, Hell's Kitchen Battle of the States, episode 9. And this was a disaster. Good episode, but man, was it a disaster. Just fast forwarding straight to dinner service. Boy, I'll tell you, I agree with Chef Ramsay 100%. The fact when he said, like, listen, at this point in the competition, why are we still struggling like this? I mean, it was brutal. Now both teams finished service, right? But he had said, look, no team won because it was bad. It was brutal. It was, and by the way, a lot of them, both sides of the kitchen screwed up in the exact same areas with the appetizers, with the scallops, with raw. It was just like, wow, crazy. Now, I do want to say this going back to the challenge, just rewinding a little bit to the challenge, I don't think the red team has won a challenge ever since Jada went over to the blue team. I'm just going off the top of my head here, and I believe the men's team, the blue team, has won every single challenge ever since Jada entered that side of the kitchen, which is something else, man, which is just telling the ladies, the red team, like, wow, you lost Jada and now you guys can't win a challenge. And their punishment was to go ahead and clean up the dorms. Um, but getting back into the service, yeah, it was bad on both sides. Jada, she kind of, I don't know, she didn't really mess up much. It wasn't that bad of a night, even though Chef Ramsay put a spotlight on her just because she kind of forgot one thing, the order, what it was. Somebody who's standing out for me a little bit, I guess I would say, is Lisa from California. She probably stands a chance to win it all, but I just like I said last week, none of them really stand out to the point where I'm like, man, you know what? These are the top three for me that are going to win it. They're all kind of struggling. There's not one person that really stands out to me. Maybe Jaden and Lisa. I'm not even really sure. Henry from Texas, he's doing okay. He's doing okay, I guess. But again, there's nobody really that strong. Jada, I would say she's pretty strong. I just don't know if she has that leadership quality. That is all. That's the only thing that I'm concerned when it comes to her. Now, Chef Ramsay has said both teams are losers. Both teams go and pick two that you'd be best without, right? So there's four people that go up. Now, Chris was one of them. Alexandra was one of them. Anaya was one of them. And I think it was Jaden who was the other one. Now, here's the thing. It was very simple for Chef Ramsay to see who should go home. And I thought it was pretty easy as well. I was a little concerned that maybe he was just send Chris home because I'm like, no, 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 no. Chris can still he can still cook, man. He can still rock and roll, right? But what was the big thing going up there with all these contestants? The big thing what was going on in the red team, the fact that there is a toxic environment to the point where Alexandra started crying, explaining to Chef Ramsay that is a toxic environment and leadership is helping somebody up, not bringing them down and talking back, talking behind their back. And she was, of course, talking about Anaya. Now, Anaya and Jada are homegirls. Okay. They get along very well, even though Jada is on the blue team now. So you can see Jada a little frustrated, like kind of shaking her head, like, oh, come on, girl. Yet everybody on the red team, everyone on the red team has it in for Anaya. They do not like her attitude. And I could see why. She does come off annoying. As a matter of fact, the one time that Anaya was hanging out with the blue team, with the boys, when she cashed in her her skip the challenge. I'm sorry, skip the punishment. She gave it over to, I think it was Antonio, who's not even there anymore. She went and she hung out with the blue team, right, to reap the reward that she didn't earn. Well, she earned it, right, because you go ahead and you get that. The fellas didn't really care for her much. They didn't. The only one that likes Anaya, honestly, is Jada. She is Anaya does seem come off. She does come off pretty annoying. So Ellie and all the girls, they're over there kind of backing up Alexandra, and Alexandra's kind of tearing up a little bit. But nonetheless, Chef Ramsay eliminates Alexandra. And that was the right choice. That was the right choice. Even though me, myself, I don't really care for Anaya myself either, but she didn't deserve to go home. If you're saying she deserved to go home because, she's acting like a witch, well, that's one thing. But just on skills in the kitchen and all, yeah, it was Alexandra. And by the way, just like Chef Ramsay said, he told Alexandra, you told me that if you foul up again, and this isn't verbatim, right? But he said, if you told me if you foul up again, that I can send you home, and you fouled up again, you're going home. So she's gone. And now what's crazy is that Anaya gets to go back to her red team after the red team was talking about that she is toxic. There, right in front. They were talking to Chef Ramsay about Anaya right in front of her, and he sends her back to them. Ah, this is gonna get juicy. This is going to get juicy. Let's see what happens on the next episode because this should be good now. Now, Anaya, her only ally, is actually on the blue team. And by the way, it doesn't seem like anybody on the blue team even likes Anaya, but she's stuck on the red team. And now we got to see how they could come together to try to win some challenges and try to win in the kitchen. Should be good. Hell's Kitchen Battle of the States. Catch you guys on next episode.